Nizzy Sports Chat. I'm your host, Nizzy, and in this video, you guys are going to be giving you a little game preview of the upcoming matchup tonight between the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. Both teams are fighting to compete for the top three seeds in the Pacific Division right now. You guys, Kings are currently in the second spot, right behind Calgary by a few points there. Edmonton Oilers are sitting in that third seat, two points back of the Kings right now, so this has a lot of playoff implications on the line here. I believe the Oilers will jump the Kings if they win this game, even though we'll both be tied at 81 points apiece. So it'll be a massive game for the Oilers tonight. Hopefully we can keep it on track here, get to 2 wins in a row. Obviously a huge bounce back victory against Arizona a couple days back there, you guys, getting a 6-1 win over those guys. The LA Kings are coming off a rough loss to the Kraken, 6-1 loss to the Kraken, so tale of two different tapes here. Oilers are coming off a 6-1 victory. LA Kings are coming off a 6-1 loss. I would expect them to be putting up a gritty, determined effort in this game tonight against the Oilers. You guys obviously having a bad loss like that to the Kraken, who aren't a great team this year. They're definitely going to want to bounce back against the Oilers tonight. Oilers are definitely going to have to bring their A game for this one. Glad to see that Koskinen's going to be getting the start over Mike Smith here. He's been playing a lot better hockey inside the net for us as of late here. Mike Smith has kind of been in shambles this season, really hasn't had a great year for us. Koskinen's really been the guy that's holding the glue together in net there for us. He's had a few bad games here and there, but overall he's played pretty well for us this season. Like I said, Oilers are third in the Pacific Division right now. They're sitting with a 21-12 home record. The Kings are coming into Rogers Place there with an 18-9-5 road record. Kings are also 8-8-2 in their division, so they don't have a winning record in their division either. Like I said, they're coming off a loss to the Kraken there. Kings are also 4 wins, 4 losses, and 2 OT losses in their last 10 games. And the Oilers are way better in the division. They're 14-5 division record. So this is definitely a game that the Oilers should take advantage of tonight. Obviously, we are 7-2-1 in our last 10 games as well, so a much better record than the Kings, who are 4-4-2. And like I said, coming off that big 6-1 victory over Arizona, handling business there. This would be a huge win for the Oilers tonight to take down the Kings. Like I said, obviously these two teams are competing for the second seed in the Pacific Division right now. I don't think either of them are going to catch Calgary. Calgary's kind of been on another level this year. They're quite a few points ahead of us. But nonetheless, if we can seal the deal for that second seed, would be huge. Get a home playoff, get the start of the playoff series at home there. Getting 4 out of the 7 games on our home ice would be huge against the LA Kings there. I think we'd have a good opportunity to beat the Kings in the first round if we ended up versing those guys. But nonetheless, man, I think it's going to be a slugfest tonight. Like I said, Koskinen's going to be starting. He's at a 24-10-3 record for us on the season so far, coming into this matchup with a 3.11 goals against average and a 901 save percentage. He's also got 1 shutout on the season. And then the expected starter for the Los Angeles Kings is Cal Peterson. He's at an 18-11-1 record on his season with a 2.74 goals against average and a 900 save percentage. And he's tripled up Koskinen's shutouts. He's got 3 shutouts on the season. Koskinen's got 1. So it's going to be a good little battle tonight, you guys. I think both teams are going to come ready here. I think you're going to have that playoff feel, that playoff atmosphere to the game tonight. The Oilers' defense is going to have to stand on their head a little bit here. We can't allow all those high opportunity scoring chances on Koskinen tonight. Keep those guys out of the slot, push the shots to the outside of the slot. I think will be huge for the Oilers' success in this game. Same thing on the offensive end, you guys. We've got to make sure we pepper this guy with shots early and often in this one. Nothing frustrates me more when this squad just skates around on the power play or when they're in the offensive zone. Pass, trying to look for the perfect shot on net. When sometimes the perfect shot on net is just any shot on net, man. Because you never know how the puck's going to bounce. You never know if you're going to get a good rebound opportunity to pot it back into the net. I just would rather see more shots than higher quality shots because, like I said, you just never know how the puck's going to bounce. And usually when the Oilers are trying to, find that perfect shot, I find they end up kind of losing their game a little bit, and not really putting a lot of pressure on the defense of the opponent. So I'd really like to see us, early and often just peppering him with shots from everywhere's out on the ice, making his life, harder than it needs to be there in net for the LA Kings. And then, like I said, on the defensive side of things for the Oilers, man, we just got to make sure we get back in transition there. Can't allow any fast breaks for the LA Kings there. No 2-on-1s or 3-on-2s. No breakaway chances. Got to keep them out of the net on the shorthanded opportunities as well. The Oilers don't get a lot of penalties called on them, but we haven't been scoring a lot on our power plays the last month or so anyways. So we definitely got to take advantage, especially because the refs like to fuck the Oilers over. And really don't call a lot of penalties on us. We definitely got to take advantage of the power plays that we do get. Even if it's 1 or 2 power plays, we got to score at a little more consistent clip, in my opinion. And like I said, I think a lot of that's going to have to do with just making sure we're getting a lot of consistent shots on net instead of settling for those perfect shots. Just keep driving the shots at the net, get some big heavy bodies in front of there to screen the goalie, and I think we'll be just fine in that department, you guys. But nonetheless, man, I think it's going to be an exciting matchup tonight. Like I said, the Oilers are sitting at 79 points on the season right now. Kings are at 81 points, so obviously we'd tie them up for points if we can take a victory here. Obviously, we don't need it to go to overtime, otherwise they end up securing a point from us as well there and holding on to that second seed. So we'll have to see what happens, you guys. I think it's going to be a good matchup tonight. I do think the Oilers are going to be able to pull away for the victory here. Like I said, I like the fact that the Oilers got a 14-5 division record comparatively to the Kings' 8-8-2 record. And same thing, we've been pretty solid at home with a 21-12 record, 7-2-1 in the last 10. So the Oilers have been on a nice hot stretch as of late. Hopefully we can keep the ball rolling in the positive direction here. I'm going to go with a little score prediction, you guys. I'm going to go 5-3 Oilers. I think we'll be able to get a goal in that third period and then pot home an empty netter to seal the deal 5-3. Continuing that win streak to 2 games here. Like I said, this is a big time game. A lot of playoff implications on the line down the stretch here for the last month of the season, you guys. Can't wait for the playoffs to start up here. Hopefully the Oilers are set up in a nice position. We'll have to see how the last month of the season plays out. But that pretty well wraps it up for this video, you guys. Just want to come out with a quick game preview of the upcoming matchup tonight between the Oilers and the Kings. Would love your guys' opinion in the comments section down below. What do you think the Oilers' chances are of sealing the deal for a victory tonight? And what seeding do you think the Oilers are going to be in come playoff time? You think we're going to be a wild card team, or do you think we'll be able to hold on to the top 3 spots in our division? We'll love your guys' opinion on that in the comments section down below. That pretty well wraps up for this one, you guys. Please go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Thank you guys so much for watching, man. And this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports Channel.